So it's Tuesday night. It's almost midnight. After 2 days after a brew date, there's an empty barrel from the Portica, and here's my fermenter with the Smashtersbier, which is a Patter's beer that I tweaked to a smash beer. 100% Saz hops and 100% Pilsner malt, but that was already the case. But it had a couple of varieties of hops. Saz was one. I made 100% Saz. Keep it to the two ingredients to really get. I mean, three ingredients. There's the yeast, Trappist high gravity ale yeast. But anyway, it's been 2 days. It's been fermenting, and here's my setup. I got a probe thermometer, that you would get for cooking turkeys or roast or whatever, and the probe goes into this little bucket. It's kind of dark. I apologize, but the probe is in there. I have a regular thermometer as well, just to double check. And kind of hard to see, but it's about 60, around 60 on this thermometer, and on this one it says about 62. So I must be around 61, which is, lead me to believe 5 degrees higher than that probably is a temperature in the fermenter. I don't have one of those pill and stick thermometer on this specific fermenter, but it doesn't feel too hot, but I'm sure it's probably mid 60s to higher 60s, probably 66 at least degrees in there, which is a good temperature for the Trappist ale yeast that I'm using. So here's my bigger view of my little beer corner. I've got a couple bottles of Portica there for events, and some oak cubes that I made myself out of a used barrel. Oops, that was not meant to happen. So I strongly recommend, if you can get your hands on a barrel. I am helping some friends out doing their tap room table out of their used barrel. Smoke City Brewing Company. I don't know, I gotta say it. But anyway, I just had some scraps when I was doing some cuts that I could not use for anything else, and this is quite amazing. I mean, I just chopped them up, discarded the outside, and just kept the inside, and you have the toasted side. And just as soon as I open this bag, this Ziploc bag, it just smells absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's just like, I wish you could smell this. These are going to end up in another beer. And this was from their, I forgot what it was called. It was an Imperial Stout at their Beer Belly event. That was when I got to try that. Their collaboration. Collaborative something. Collaborative Evil. That's what it was. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because I was talking to my home brewer's friend, and he was like, I need a temperature controller for my brewing. Having a hard time keeping temperatures in check at my house. And I was like, well, this is what I do. So pretty much I put the probe in there. I set up the max temperature, and if you can see it's 66. It's pretty high, but I mean, not horribly high, but it's higher than I would want to. But I figured otherwise this thing is going to beep all the time. And there's a setup here. You can turn the alarm on or off. Right now the alarm is on, so I don't even think about this. Like, if it reached 66, it's still probably like at 70 in there, 71, and the yeast can go up to like 75, 78 degrees. So I don't want too much fluctuations. Sorry, but just set up at 66, and as long as this thing doesn't beep, I just keep checking. And apologize, a bit of a mess, this fridge. There's a picture of my daughter and her latest mumbles. Interpretation by me, the artist. But basically, I have a bunch of water bottles. Like, I don't even know where I got those because I rarely buy little bottles of water. I think I recycled them from my work, from my coworkers, because I don't use those very much. Very much against PET bottles. I use these if I can, which is, you know, stainless, refillable. I like to refill these with water. Kind of try to do the same for my brewing. So we try to eliminate as much waste in the house. Well, I try at least, and everybody follows happily. But long story short, I throw those in the water surrounding the fermenter. There's water right here, and every time it gets a little too high, throw 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles. I'd never have to put more than 2. But 2 days later, which I'm coming back to why this video, I put the blow off tube because I brew actually 6 gallons, and this is a 6.5/7 gallons, but you should really put more than 5.5 gallons. And I got exactly 6 gallons in this. And let me switch the camera. And yeah, it started bubbling. Like, I mean, Croissant must be like active because it's just starting to spit some foam out of the blow-off tube, which has been fermenting pretty progressively, but it's finally got to the point where I'm like, oh man, I'm so happy I didn't put an airlock on this. You can see my airlocks are, you know, a couple airlocks here, but I was actually going to put this in 2 carboys, 2 5-gallon carboys, 3 and 3, and pitch different yeast, but decided not to. But yeah, you can see it's finally I mean, it's just like starting spitting Croissant foam, like trub and hop debris and yeast probably. So it's starting doing its thing. Hoping it doesn't get too out of control. It's probably hard to see, but the top of the fermenter is actually low. These don't come that way. This is a little bump on it. So there's definitely pressure, and would hate to see this explode in my face. I hope it doesn't. But anyway, that's it. Just a little video update on the Smashtersbier, or Smashtersbier as I call it. We'll see what happens. I did have a couple of issues with the pH of my mash. I'm not happy about it. About 6.2. Too high. Oh, there's a big bubbles there. So we'll see what I taste. I'm really hoping it's just because of temperature when I tasted the pH, but I'm pretty sure it was not just a temperature, it was a problem with pH. I used a filter, and I used tap water with a filter. I'm in Los Angeles, California. Water here is just not what it should be, but I thought I'd give it a try. Just took the chlorine out by using a filter and avoiding me refilling these water jugs that I just show you at the local grocery store, where they have reverse osmosis filter machine where I can actually fill those up for very cheap, but it's just the transport of the liquid every time I brew is just a big pain in the neck. So I was trying to get the whole filter thing going on. Actually working on another filter here that's been recycled from a project, and I'm working on cleaning that up, and there's some sign of corrosion there on the brass. But anyway, this is my new tap handle. I made out of a white lab yeast tube. Okay, this thing is going pretty crazy, and it slows down, and all of a sudden it starts spitting again, which is very strange. I don't know why it does that. It's like they're taking a break, they're going out for lunch. I wish I can catch this on the video, but it's not doing it right now. It's pretty crazy. I got the sanitizing solution in this bucket, in this cardboard. But yeah, when it get a rolling, bubbling effect on it, it's just pretty crazy. Anyway, this is a long video. just to talk about this, but a couple of things. I'm gonna talk about the oak chip. So cut those in a bandsaw and table saw at work. Get rid of the outside of the barrel. Staves kept inside, and it smells amazing. It's been used by a distiller and a brewer, and it still smells like bourbon in there, and it's just amazing. And yeah, it's just temperature control or done cheap. I know there's tricks with wet t-shirts, like you cover it with a t-shirt, just put a little bit less water, you have a fan blowing on it so the t-shirt is wet. Capillarity makes the water soak and rise all the way to the top of the fermenter, and the wind blow by the fan cools the whole fermenter outer environment, if you wish, which I think is a little bit more messy, but I like this technique. I have my probe thermometer handy anyway, so throw a couple of iced bottles of water in there, and takes care of the deal. And there it is. Shout out to always Babyface, and actually El Segundo Brewing Company, Blue House, Peeps, oil, of course. Ancient history, but nonetheless amazing history.